Drivers, start your engines!
Hello and welcome to round 7 of the BADCAR Championship here at Pocono. My name is Nice Tim and joined today by Fifth Gear, and we will soon going on the way at Pocono.
As the green flag waves and we are racing at the tricky triangle. Inside pole sitter is Zemlin in the Ritz car. Outside pole sitter is Mark Webber. As now into turn 1. That's Jackson Storm working on the inside, trying to take the race lead away. Doesn't have the grip to do so, as the field lined up side by side. But it is Zemlin still in front.
And he seems to have quite a comfortable lead here, nobody side by side on him, but the number 20 car is pretty close. And in his slipstream,
Scarlett Edwards on the outside of Jackson Storm tries to take fourth away.
And into the end of the first lap, Demlin seemingly able to extend his lead by a small margin, while Webber and Storm fight it out for second place. And right behind we have several cars side by side.
Demlin continues to lead, ahead of the Porsche Beyond double of Webber and Winkup. And Scarlett Edwards in fourth tries to chase after the regular season championship, as Jackson Storm continues to fall down the field from third place on the grid. Now, Jimmy Johnson pressurizing Jackson Storm in the Pixar racing car, and that is Max Verstappen working his way up the field. But in front, Demlin continues to lead, and looks for an upsetting win here at Pocono.
Max Verstappen in the meantime under pressure from the number 51 car of Bonk. In my opinion, Verstappen is driving the best looking car on the grid right now, but he hasn't had the best start of everyone, dropping down to P11, being under pressure. Going back to the front, everything seems to have calmed down a little bit, Demlin leading comfortably ahead of Webber and Winkup. Nobody really going side by side at the moment, although the number 16 car could change things up quite a bit right now.
That's the Dodd racing car looking to the bottom of Kevin Harvick, because last heat behind couldn't make any move. But Demlin continues to lead as he came under 15 laps to go. Now Kobayashi tries to make a move for Harvick. Looks to the inside, doesn't have the run to do so, as now they try to slip him for the lead. That is Winkup losing the draft, and now they're going 3 wide. On the bottom goes Galile, on the outside goes Edwards. He tries to take third place. Edwards is going to outback them on the outside lane. He's going side by side with Winkup. Now with push from Sean Galile and Denny Hamlin behind. That's Jackson Storm making a move on Hamlin for 6th place. And now to the bottom goes Winkup. They're going side by side again. It is Edwards who pulls clear for 3rd place. And now Galile challenges Winkup, who loses 3rd. And Jackson Storm behind, also closing in on the pair. But Demlin and Webber are pulling away as a tandem in front.
And it also seems to look like that Webber is able to close the gap on Demlin a little bit. Not enough for him.
Galile looks to the inside, tries to take 4th away. And that's Webber on the inside of Winkup. Demlin tries to make something happen.
Not on the inside yet, but close in the slipstream.
Now, Storm on the outside of Galile.
He's making the move stick.
And bumper! That's Webber nearly crashing into the back of Demlin for the race lead right here. Now, that's Hamhill making a move on Denny Hamlin for 9th position. Behind that's Richard Bonk, the 51 car. also tries to make something happen. As they approach the main straight once again, to the bottom of the track goes Martin Truex Jr. And making it 4 wide now. Truex tries to take 3 in the corner, doesn't have the grip to do so. Now Harvick comes on the outside, tries to grab more position. The Jontech racing car. The field continues to squabble. Up in front, it is still Demlin leading from Webber, Edwards in third.
It really seems like Demlin building a gap again on Mark Webber, but he's closing in the corners once again. And Edwards might be looking to get into the fight a little bit. He also seems to close the gap to the front.
As we approach 10 laps to go in this race of Pocono, Mark Webber tries to slipstream Demlin, but the Ford is able to pull away on the main straight. Webber in the Chevrolet looks to be better off the corners.
Meanwhile, at the front, everything nice and ordered. The fighting seems to be happening at the back right now, as pretty much everyone in front of the Xbox car is running side by side. As we go back to
Webber
the
to the
front.
bottom for a moment. Doesn't have the grip to do so, and now he's under attack from Carl Edwards in 5.
Yeah, he seems
Edwards,
to be
in the
having...
Ford, tries to roll a corner. That's Winkup giving him push. Now, can Carl Edwards make a move onto the main straight with a good run as he approached 9 laps to go in this race?
Yeah, Webber having a terrible run out of any of these corners, but he seems to get the slipstream from them, which saves himself from Edwards going right down the inside around the outside of him. Also, Winekup and
Having a
Storm.
little look on Mark Webber for a second, didn't have the grip to do so. Carl Edwards in the 5, looking for the regular season championship lead, as now he moves Webber off the track. Carl Edwards on the inside. Now Winkup tries to pressurize on his inside. They squabble a bit, and leading pair pulls away once again.
And Storm looking to move on the outside here. I don't think he...
Turn 3.
Oh, yeah, he will do it. He will make the move. Come up to
That's
P4,
Storm
I think.
making a move on Winkup, and now Johnson is going to look to the bottom of the track.
Things are heating up here in the closing stages. Now Sean Galile.
Oh boy, that's Kvyat to the bottom.
Sean Galile meanwhile making a move from the outside of Winkup. Right
Still
behind.
pressurizing Carl Edwards in front of him.
And Max Verstappen also looking to make a move on Daniel Kvyat, I think. Well, you see Storm pretty close to Carl Edwards, will be making a move up to P3.
Mark Webber still tries to find a way past Demlin in the red scar. Didn't have the run to do so. As we see, Ford is so powerful on the main straight here at Pocono. With slipstream, Webber is closing in on Demlin and tries to make a move into turn 1.
Really pretty difficult though, because Demlin looking extremely confident today. He's been leading, almost dominating the entire race. Very under pressure from Mark Webber. And Webber really being the only one to challenge him. I think
Turn
Demlin...
3, Webber will have good luck right here. Demlin goes slightly wide. Webber opting to not attack on this occasion.
Demlin really looking like the favorite to take the win here. But Webber will have something to say about it. He's pretty close again, like the beginning of the race.
Demlin in the 11 car sits right on the cut line for the race of Pocono. Win will save his way into the playoff.
But anything can still happen with 5 laps to go. Webber pretty close.
Now Webber looking really confident exiting the corner. As Demlin begin to struggle for tyre wear. Now Webber is going to have a little look on the inside. Used to be patient. Is all over the back of the Rizzorio car. More close to bumper. As we approach
So
5
close.
laps to go here at Pocono. And then in the 11, Webber in the 20. Edwards behind. And third, can also take the race win here at Pocono.
Standing on the start line
5
shape
laps
once
to go
again.
at the tricky triangle.
And as you can see once again, Webber almost bump drafting Demlin into the next corner, but he simply doesn't have the
Those
straight line
five
speed
eyes,
to do
they're
anything.
right behind each other, sticking to each other's back, and patiently waiting for the moment to strike.
But I think Demlin is pulling ahead here a little bit. I saw for a split second. As we go to the grid order once again, we have not that much fighting here. Everyone going into a neat straight line. With 5 laps to go. Will we see one final attack, especially for the lead here? Edwards really close to the leading pack.
As the leading pair fight forward, and that's Carl Edwards with a great run, closing on the back of Mark Webber again. Ford's looking a bit stronger here at Pocono today. Edwards do the bumper. We saw him unafraid to use to make contact with others for the race win before. But up in front, 2 cars that's yet to lock themselves into the playoffs.
Storm
Trying
is
to
closing
take
in
the
on corner
first win
6.
here at the season 1 of BADCAR.
Now Webber has gotten pretty close again. He might be looking to make a move here. He just has to get the good corner X and good straight line speed, but he doesn't seem to do so. He has a look on the inside right
The
now.
bottom goes over. He's going to look to the bottom.
He's making the
Demlin
move.
sides line. Now Webber tries to
Oh,
take the lead. Couldn't have the run to do
Demlin.
so. And now Edwards goes
Demlin
back in. Now Carl Edwards is going to look to the inside of Mark Webber. Bumps him a bit. And now into turn 3. Can he make anything happen at Pocono?
Yeah, Webber simply lost the momentum here and not penalizing him,
resist the run.
but he's keeping it in second
Allows
for now.
Demlin to pull away a bit. 2 to go. To the bottom goes Galeo. Tries to take position away from Jackson's door. The outside groove looking better at turn 1. And Galeo loses draft. Loses the position to Wink up in front. The bottom goes Jackson's Storm now, trying to position on Carl Edwards. But Dunn continues to lead from Webber as we approach 2 to go in this race. Just final corners to go. Will Webber use the bumper? Doesn't look like it. Flag waves, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Dunlin, just 1 mile away from victory here at Pocono. As now, Webber looks to be bottom of the track. Trying the same move he tried so many times this race. Couldn't make it stick on this occasion. Dunlin looking so confident on the brakes. Perfect synchronization of man and machine. And he's going to forge his way into victory lane at Pocono. Final corner, the turn 3 of the tricky triangle. Greater exit. He's going to pull away from Webber. And there's the checker flag. Dunlin wins at Pocono. Locks himself into the playoffs.
Really great performance here by Demlin. He was looking quite confident.
Dominated the race here from pole position.
He was looking quite dominant for the entire race
place,
also.
he'll be disappointed. Carl Edwards wrapping up more points in the regular season championship with a 3rd place run.
And of course, that's pretty bitter for Webber. He had victory in sight in the entire race, but he just couldn't make the move. He just never really had the momentum or straight line speed to make the move. Also good performance again by Max Verstappen in the 33 car. X-Con Racing entered last race and doing pretty decent results so far. It's his first top 10 of the season, I think.
first win of the season for the Ritz Oreo team.
And
This was with Daniel Ricciardo for the opening races of the season. Now the performance has started to rise with Demlin in the car.
once again we had
We were
cool
spinning at the back after the checker flag drop.
typical cooldown lap incident.
Look. Ooh, that's the train going really slowly and into. That is Earnhardt into the King and into Cody Ware in the 57 car.
In this case is why you do not speed the regular streets.